actually add in the negotiated inclusion numbers. And we'll go through a few of these ones. Everybody.
Alderman, go ahead and proceed.
Okay, amendment number 2 is marked. So first let me say that I appreciate the task force willingness to sit down with many of the members of this committee, the President's office. We also met often with labor unions to discuss how to make this a project, should it happen, that actually is inclusive and is one that actually can help put city residents to work, minorities, women, and to make this one of the most inclusive projects in the city of St. Louis history. Our starting point was really the findings of a St. Louis City disparity study that was published, first part in April 2015 and the second part in June 2015. This is a study that was commissioned by the City of St. Louis and the St. Louis Development Corporation. In it was a long study, and its findings, I think, were very important. What this study, which was actually performed by Mason Tillman Associates, what it found was that minority businesses represent 30.51% of the available construction businesses, but have historically received just 5.42% of all construction contracts. What it also showed was that city residents have made up historically just a few percentage points of the entire labor force of many projects that were funded entirely by city dollars. It also showed for the first time a real kind of census of the actual labor force that is available.
Motion is in order that it's committee substitute as amended.
Add the word. Alderman Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, I have some sincere concerns about the bill. I was not one that supported the dome. I was here at the time. I did not vote in support of it because I had serious issues with how that was constructed. The city was put on the hook and in several years had to struggle to find ways to pay for it. So I had very serious concerns with it. I have serious concerns with this one as well. I'm not saying I have a bunch of questions and have some very serious concerns. I certainly appreciate the efforts that were made to shore up and improve and make sure that the minority participation portions were incorporated into the bill itself and not just a verbal statement that we're going to do this and some supportive paperwork that's not really incorporated into the law. That is significant. As you know, I sponsored the first minority business and women business enterprise bill here based upon studies that were done by the city in the early 90s. So that is significant that it is in the bill and of a project of this size. That is certainly historical. And I do appreciate that. Also, at the same time, I believe that the bill merits a larger discussion with the Board of Aldermen than just this committee. I have found after the years that when there are significant and important bills like this, it merits having all 28 or 29 people with the president having an opportunity to have an open discussion on it and to be able to vote their opinions about it. So one part of me could support it coming out of committee to allow that discussion, but I don't necessarily see myself supporting it even if it gets out onto the floor. But I could support it at this point getting out of committee for a larger discussion with members of the board. At least that's how I'm feeling right based upon what I saw happen with the dome. It did not take the city into a financial deficit. But my concerns then earlier was that the city rolled over and made all kind of flips trying to make sure that a football team remained in the city of St. Louis. And that was not one of my highest priorities. So I really just want to take this as an opportunity to give some of my reflections based upon the discussions that have happened so far. I do appreciate, again, the aldermen who worked on, particularly those minority participation pieces. It has strengthened this bill and made it, in my opinion, worth having a larger discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Kennedy. Alderman Moore.
When a judge can rule against the will of the people and take their voting rights away from them, it is amazing to me. It's the first time in my life that I have seen voting rights from white people. I'm saying that you join the club. We've had our voting rights taken for many years. And now here we are in St. Louis in the year 2015, in the Android world, and you got one man ruling that you don't have the right to vote on your taxes, your tax dollars, for a $2 billion stadium for a group of losers who don't want to be here. It is the first time, so this is history we're making. You're sitting in on history. I've been warned, I've been lobbied by any and everybody and their representatives trying to get my vote. I didn't get the information I needed. I might abstain because I don't have the information. Someone should be really running and trying to get me that information if you want my vote today, or if you want me to abstain on this, because I want to know where this money is going and how much money has been spent and the other information that I asked you for. But I still do not believe that any job, not a penny, is going to come to the fourth ward. It's going to come to my constituents. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. We're going to get nothing if we don't pass the stadium. We're going to get nothing when it passes. And it will pass. You use jobs as a bait to entice anyone to come in. You're a great fisherman. You tell whale of a tale. You fish with the bait of the job. 3,500 jobs we're going to get. Or however how many jobs you say we're going to get. But they won't come to my community. We don't have the experience. You're not going to put them in those apprenticeship programs that you've been promises. These are fairy tales that will never come true.